Okay, so I think we can probably all agree that one of the ways that masculinity is defined is in opposition to weakness. One of the manly virtues, one of the things that we are meant to value as men, sometimes above everything else, is strength, whether that be mental strength or physical strength or a certain level of spiritual strength. Men are not supposed to be weak. And so I wanted to make a short video on what it means, or at least what I believe it means, to reject weakness. But what exactly is weakness, first of all? If we are to know as men how to reject something, we need to first know exactly what it is so that we can begin the process of excising it from our lives. For me right now, I am on a journey of rejecting as much weakness in myself as possible. I was recently in the middle of a project to strengthen both my mind and body by working out for 90 days in a row, not the whole time, just an hour here and there, although that was sadly interrupted on day 12 by an absolutely horrendous stomach bug that I got from my niece and nephew. But I'm about to restart it because I'm more or less fully recovered now, and go for 90 days as a way to strengthen my mind and body, and also to excise and reject a certain amount of weakness from me, both mentally and physically. So what exactly is weakness? For me, first and foremost, it's the rejection of doing things and making decisions that will make you stronger in some kind of way. If you know that there is a decision to be made, one of them is going to be good for you, but may be difficult, and the other is going to be bad for you, but will be easy. And to me, there is no in between. There is no neutral, because if you're neutral, then you are declining. So if you are choosing the path where it makes things worse because it's easier, that to me is weakness. If you're rejecting a pathway that will improve your life, even if it's something like hitting the snooze button on your alarm, or not vacuuming your room because you're like, well, another week won't hurt, not making your bed in the morning, even simple things like that. If you are rejecting that in the pursuit of comfort above all else, even to the detriment of your life, that to me is weakness, and it is not something that we should entertain for very long. Sometimes you got to take a break. Sometimes you are going to have moments of weakness. When somebody in your life dies, for example, that is something that is likely going to bring you low for a little while. And that's okay. But when weakness becomes a systemic issue, when it becomes essentially your whole life, then you have become a weak person. You're not making the right decisions. You're not taking the actions that are going to make you a effective version of yourself. And what I mean by that is not any kind of esoteric thing or something that somebody can define for you. It is becoming the version of yourself that you can go to bed at night feeling proud of, or that you can go to your deathbed feeling proud of, because it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It's about what you think and about what you feel about yourself. So weakness is also about not following your path as a man, not following up on what it is that you want to do. I know, for example, that every day that I don't study is because I've made a choice to be weak and to be helpless. Because if I study now, then I can get myself into a career very, very soon where I could be making money and actually living my own life and controlling my own life in the way that I can't right now because I work a salary job making money for someone else. Weakness is overindulging as well. And I make sure to use the word overindulgence because I see that there are a lot of people that will equate somebody who is fat with somebody who's being weak. And this isn't necessarily the case because frankly, there are people who cannot help being overweight. And so to call them weak for something that they can't control is bullshit. But if you see somebody that isn't making the right decisions, if they're just pounding away Big Macs and soft drinks and sweets and chocolate and cake if they're overindulging in anything, whether that be food or TV or porn, that is weakness, because you are rejecting the choice to make yourself better and to follow your path. So overindulgence, that is also weakness. Being controlled by other people is also a weakness to a certain extent, but also being controlled by others is very much the way of the world. There are laws, there are bosses, there are managers, but I think that we should strive to keep the amount of people who are controlling us to a bare minimum. And if you're just letting yourself being walked over and controlled by others because it's easier that way, then yes, that is a source of weakness. Now, the truth is that anyone can be strong. Anyone can embrace their masculinity. Anyone can embrace strength. Doesn't matter if you are straight, gay, tall, short, fat, skinny, muscular, attractive, unattractive. I don't give a shit. Masculinity is something that can be attained by literally everyone. And it comes from rejecting these weaknesses. Now, how you do this is up to you. It is a daily battle. If you want to really get to the extremes of this, I highly recommend reading the book Can't Hurt Me about the life of David Goggins. That is some hardcore shit that's going to get you to understand how to start to take responsibility for your life, how to start rejecting weakness and making the decisions that are going to make you a better person. Strength and masculinity come from making the decision every day to be better and to not give in to comforts and to not give in to weakness. So how do you actually do this? I don't know, because I don't know your situation. All I know is that it is a daily battle for every single one of us. And you need to wake up every morning and be prepared to confront weakness in yourself and overcome it. And if you can't do it today, then you come back and you try and you do it tomorrow. And if you can't do it tomorrow, then you try and you do it the next day. And you keep trying until you have created the hardest motherfucker possible. Am I there? Absolutely not. I am nowhere near where I want to be in terms of mental and physical strength and in terms of embracing my truest form of masculinity. Of course, I'm not there yet, but I'm not going to make excuses about why. I'm not going to say, oh, well, it's because I'm young, or it's because of this, or it's because of that. It's because I haven't made enough of an effort yet to truly forge myself into the person that I know that I can become. So fight this battle for yourself every single day. Follow your path, make the right decisions, and reject as much weakness from your life as possible.